Vanessa Franco. Welcome to another edition of PE Live. We are actually here in Redlands at the Hangar 24 Brewery, and I am joined by the Summer Twins. I am so excited to finally have you guys on the video series. I've been a fan for a while, and you make great music, so welcome.
Thanks for having us.
So you guys have such a great backstory. You know, you started playing. Obviously, you are sisters. So like, how much of it comes from being in a musical family and playing as you were growing up? Like, how did the band really start?
Well, we were just young teenagers, and we just kind of wanted to start a band. We thought the idea was cool, and so we kind of just decided and then picked our instruments and then just kind of did it without really knowing yet how to play. And so we just kind of learned some covers, and that's kind of how we learned.
It was more just about being in a band. Like, we wanted to
we
do that.
That was cool.
Kind of started getting into like the Ramones, the Donnas, and some more punk groups, and we wanted to do that.
We didn't know it actually we actually really enjoy doing it and want to keep doing it.
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
At what point did you guys start to realize, like, no, this is what we want to do? Like, this has gone from being like a fun hobby and just playing in a band to being like, we're in a band, we are musicians. And
I think we just really enjoyed playing shows.
Gradual, I think. Like, we never thought that we would tour, do any of the stuff that we're doing now. It was just kind of like
it did happen very gradually. It didn't just happen it was very gradual.
Yeah, we just enjoyed all of it, so we just kind of went with it.
Yeah.
And speaking of tours, you guys have done a lot of touring now. Like, toured with some people, including like Matthew Sweet and all kinds of people around the country. You know, what were some of the lessons that you picked up, like, from these seasoned musicians along the way?
Like information about like what to do about
publishing,
like
and
publishing.
Stuff. Yeah, Peter Case.
They kind of said, don't give away your rights and all that kind of stuff.
They gave us a few tips on like the technical side. I think as far as the musical side, though, when we did that Matthew Sweet tour, we had to play a lot of different venues that we weren't used to. We did some dinner theaters, where it was like a big theater and people were eating dinner, we had to come out on stage and we're like, hey, we're used to these shows where everyone's kind of like up in the front, there's a lot of energy from the audience, so we got used to playing these shows where rather than depending on the audience for energy, we kind of just had to like depend on each other to create our own energy on stage, and it helped a lot. I mean, I feel like we've learned that it's important to just give it your best, and to be flexible, because every venue's different when you're playing.
No matter what situation you're in.
Yeah,
you never know.
Things
what
come
it's gonna
up,
be like.
things break, so it's just about getting through it and giving it your best.
Well, in one of the more recent tours you guys were in Japan, which I was totally jealous of. That Japan tour looked awesome, and you were like models and like for Car Life. Tell me a little bit about how that came about and what it was like touring in Japan.
We've always been really into Japanese fashion and the culture, so it was something we always wanted to go to Japan. People were always like telling us that we should go. We didn't know how it was going to happen, but it ended up happening.
Yeah, Irma Records is the Japan label that we're on, and they kind of just found us through Burger, and so they just wanted us to join their label, and they kind of collaborate with fashion brands, and so they did a collaboration with Car Life, and so they wanted us to be the models for their spring catalog, their spring 2013 catalog. So they came down to LA to shoot for that, and then they wanted us to play their anniversary, their 13th anniversary?
10th anniversary.
10th anniversary.
I think.
Yeah, they wanted us to play their 10th anniversary party in Japan, so they flew us out there for that.
Which was
so
amazing.
We played at a bunch of different stores of their stores, because they have a few stores in Japan.
So sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Are the audiences any different in Japan compared to the U.S., or is it still just people just love music?
Yeah, they
people show
it
that they love it. Here they love it, but they don't show it as much. In Japan, they show you that they love it.
They actually watch you and like pay attention.
Yeah. We're just used to playing bars in LA where everyone just wants to like drink with their friends. So it's cool to play a show where people show up and they're there to see you and they're excited to see you, and They wanted to
we
take
were not
pictures with us
expecting
after.
it to be as good as it was.
Yeah.
People were taking pictures with us.
We were
and,
freaking
like,
out. We were like,
yeah, it was really.
all these cute
It
Japanese
was really
girls like
amazing.
us.
Yeah, it's like our dream. Like that's like
Yeah.
the place, like the one place we wanted to go.
Dream come true
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, you guys put out a fantastic album last year. I can't believe it's already been like a year and a half since it
Yeah,
came out, like
I know,
wild now.
it's crazy.
And you just put out a new EP. So can you talk a little bit about like how the band has evolved between the two releases and kind of like have there been any changes in the songwriting and the way you guys have came together to put together the new EP?
Well, the album we recorded analog.
Just all to
all
tape?
analog. Yeah, all to tape. So
Rather than digitally on
it was
computers.
a little tough, just because it took longer and it took more patience. And the studio we were working with were kind of learning at the same time as we were, so it was kind of a learning experience for both of us.
We also learned a lot about songwriting and just
They also
recording.
helped us produce. Don Bowles and Jack John. He's in Fancy Space People, and then Don Bowles was in the drums. But they kind of started up their own studio, and so we recorded with them. And it was they helped us produce a little bit. And so for this next one, we kind of took that into consideration and kind of learned from that
Yeah,
experience.
definitely.
Because Don is like a really good like songwriter. He like has a lot of experience.
Just
And
knows
so
a lot
he helped
about
us out a
music.
lot, like simplifying our songs, and not making them as complicated. Like some of our songs are kind of complicated, so we
Kind
simplified
of learned
them.
that less is more
less is
from
more.
them. So we took
For
what
the
we learned
album.
from that and tried to apply it to the EP. And the EP we
Yeah.
kind of produced ourselves, I guess. And that we had someone recording it, but the final say, or we didn't really have anyone suggesting like, oh, you guys should try this, or maybe we can
Yeah, and
try
that was
this.
actually kind of hard, just doing it
Yeah.
all ourselves, just
Without any
deciding
guidance.
what should be the final, song.
Yeah, it was good though. We recorded in a different studio, and we did the drums and bass to tape analog, and we did the rest digitally. So it was a cool balance, and we did it a lot faster than we did the album.
Yeah, we got really
and-
fast.
Yeah, we're
So,
happy with
yeah,
it.
it was fun.
Sounds fantastic. So I love it. I love hearing how different the recording process was.
Yeah, they're sonically very different. It's very different from the album.
So now, what else is ahead for you guys in 2013?
Working on new songs.
Yeah, we're kind of looking towards another album, trying to write for that. Maybe some possible side projects. We'll see.
Yeah, we have a tour in August, just up the West Coast to Seattle and back that we kind of just planned ourselves. So that'll be a fun.
Yeah, we're about to head out on that tour, so that'll be fun.
And where can people find you online?
SummerTwinsMusic.com.
That's our website. Check it out.
Well, I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for doing this, for being wonderful guests, wonderful interviewees.
yeah,
And can't wait.
thanks for
We're gonna go watch the show and rock out a little bit here in Redlands.
Yeah. Thanks so much.